You could obviously go for Apple with its Apple badge, or the brand spanking new 5T with some killer hardware. So we're just going to start them up at the same time here and see how the boot up is, and then we're going to have a look at the performance, see if the 1.5-year-old iPhone can keep up on the latest iOS 11 1.2 official. So we'll just give them both time to shut down. And I gotta say, these bezels look completely out of date, like something from 1950s on the iPhone. Definitely going to be getting any of these anymore going forward. They do feel about the same kind of size though, because I think they have made the OnePlus 5T a little bit bigger, it feels like to me, compared to the previous one. I wish they kept it about 5.5 inches. Oh, so that was very similar. I think the iPhone 7 Plus was actually faster there, which isn't a good sign, but nevertheless, let's see how they do compare in terms of the performance here. So I'll just quickly show you the iOS that we are running. So you can see 11.1.2. We did get an update as well for the 5T, which I have installed. So it should be on the latest one. You can see Oxygen 4.7.2. There doesn't seem to be any updates, I don't think, as you can see. Really liking the fact there's no jelly effect here. Absolutely fantastic stuff. And we're just going to open up a few apps. So let's just shut everything down, make sure it's fair, and go. So that was identical. That was the 5T. Didn't respond then. Let's try again. 5T again. Very nice. Oh, so 5T again. Really big, much bigger difference here than I was expecting actually in terms of the raw speed. 5T again. 5T again. So if you are coming from an iPhone 7, you notice a big difference here in terms of the performance overall, and in particular, look at that, leaving the iPhone 7 Plus standing. We just go to some games here that we do have. So this one, maybe the iPhone will catch up here. So we did get a little bit of a pop-up there on the left, but I think it was still a lot faster on the iPhone for the game. Android still can't catch up when it comes to the game loads. Look at that display though, it looks absolutely fantastic for your gaming. I mean, much more immersive. But when you're talking about raw optimization here, you can still see the iPhone is ahead in terms of the games. Oh, that one did go to the left, which is good. And finally this one. So quite conclusive here. I think you can see for the heavy apps, the iPhone is no slouch. Let's have a look at the Wi-Fi performance here. Analysis. Just try with the iPhone. Which gets a very comfortable score here in late 2017. Obviously it did do quite well when it was first released. I don't think we've had many improvements actually when it comes to the Wi-Fi performance. It seems to have been stuck for years since the very fast AC standard. We can see the OnePlus 5T seems to be a little bit ahead here in terms of that. I think it's actually on a different server, so that could be the reason for that. Let's just change the server. Hate it when it does that, it's really annoying. So let's go to where we're going. There we go, let's try again. It's trying to cheat. So comfortably ahead here, absolutely fantastic scores when it comes to your Wi-Fi, which is what we want to see. getting more than I'm paying for, 20 megabytes more. And obviously iPhone 7 Plus, we do give it another chance to succeed. So a little bit better this time, but as you can see, can't quite meet the 5T, which is a little bit disappointing. But nevertheless, a decent score. We can just test the memory management here, see how they do compare. This is a 6GB RAM model of the OnePlus 5T. I did actually get an 8GB RAM model of the previous phone. I didn't see too much difference actually to justify the cost. You can see quite comparable when it comes to the multitasking here, and that is quite good. Still think I prefer the vertical way of doing it, but then again, compared to the iPhone 10 or iPhone X, this is so much easier on the iPhone 7 Plus. Really nice and refreshing actually to go back to this. So very comparable in terms of multitasking. As you can see, it does take Android twice as much memory to be as good as the iPhone here. We'll just go back into some games as well and round the video off. And which one can we go back into? This one. So you can see, very quick there. And another one. So a little bit faster to recover there with the with your 5T, and this one very comparable. So if you're going to ask me, if you've got an iPhone 7 Plus, I wouldn't say it's a massive step up here, in terms of the performance. Only when it comes to your app opening, that seems to be the biggest step up. But you can see the 7 Plus is still a beast when it comes to multitasking. Absolutely fantastic performance today, and still has an amazing camera on it as well, which is probably still very comparable to what you're getting on the 5T. I think obviously it came with the portrait mode, etc., which is nice. So don't rule out the iPhone 7 Plus if you're thinking of getting a 10. I think that it's actually the more easier to use device. But if you're looking at the 5T, obviously you are getting a much better display here in terms of the AMOLED. I mean, it just blows away the iPhone generally, and also the facial recognition, which is quite innovative, if you do like that. And I've read somewhere it's also got some water protection, which could be good as well. So yeah, just a quick little comparison here between 5T and iPhone 7 Plus. If you have any questions, do let me know, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.